Hey guys, G&T here, again with more on Boruto Naruto Next Generations. This time we've got episode 3. And at the start of this episode, I immediately realized that a lot of these kids are slow. Like, when they were doing their shuriken training, at first they were throwing them from far back, and then they just ran up on the target and just started throwing the things. Oh my goodness, I said something's wrong with these kids. But whatever, that's not important. That's not what this episode's about. It's about freaking Metal Lee and Shikadai. I almost called him Shikamaru. Shikadai. Oh goodness. Metal Lee is not the Rock. You can easily say that. At first, I figured he'd just be a copy. But no, he's surprisingly different. He has nervous issues. He cannot perform under pressure. He sounds like me. But yeah, he came out there and they were doing all the training and he threw his freaking shuriken at the target, hit perfectly, and they were like, oh man, he's good. And then once they started paying attention, he was like, eh. He started throwing like Steve off of American Dad. He just went, eh. And it didn't even go all the way to the target. Oh, man. Then Boruto comes out there with a freaking, I'm trying to think of the name, Demon Wind Shuriken, I believe it was called. And they were like, well, where'd you get that from? And the grown man comes out the, out the building. He's like, why are you taking my stuff out of my locker, son? I tell you what, back in my day, we didn't steal other people's ninja tools. They're like, but wait a second, you're still a student, sir. Oh, they're calling him sir and stuff. Hold on, wait, let me just... Oh, man. Let me not talk about that. That was last episode. But yeah, because of Boruto doing that, they get punished. And they have to fix the freaking Hokage face. And needless to say, it doesn't go smoothly. The person who's the most diligent and actually doing the job is Grape Girl. She's all purple, so that's what she is right now. It's either Grape Girl or, I don't know, the Purple Lady. But she was the only one working. The other ones, besides Metal Lee, were freaking playing Final Fantasy. Or at least a Final Fantasy knockoff. They were like, yeah, I got this. Which was funny because it was a co-op game. A co-op Final Fantasy game that's old school and turn-based. That'd be interesting. That might be something I'd buy. But anyway... Metal Lee destroys the faces. Well, one of the faces that was already technically destroyed, so he just didn't fix it. There you go. The job just wasn't even started. It was like it never happened. And Shikadai talks some, well, if you weren't nervous, blah, 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 blah. It didn't sound bad to me. But apparently it was harsh. I don't get it. It's whatever. I tell Nom to, act like his name. Get some skin like your name, metal. Goodness, and get over it. But whatever. He leaves, and the next day when he comes back, after Shikadai had a talk with his parents, and his mom's being a bit of a bee, which I don't. Personally, I never understand how, the guys just let the chicks run over them like that. It's not my thing. But, whatever. That's what he wants to do. That's what they can do in their family. That's what happens. But she was acting like a bit of a bee and told them they couldn't eat. And Shikamaru made Shikadai feel like he should apologize. He went, and while trying to apologize, Boruto sees that little purple aura around the guy, and he has that weird eye again. It's still not exactly telling you what it is. I mean, he was talking to his mother about the Byakugan, but that's not a Byakugan. Byakugan gives you veins. Yeah, so that's definitely not what that is. But it's whatever. It's not a big deal. Just ignore it and leave it alone. Eventually they'll say something about it, and we'll know exactly what that eye of his can do. But yeah, Metal comes up and he goodness, again, he is no Rock Lee. He starts attacking them and they run, and he doesn't catch them. When he said run, when Shikadai said run, I expected Metal Lee to like just zoom in front of them. No, he was running after them extra slow. I was like, oh no. I thought he'd be better than this, but he's not. He's awful. He's just, well, then again, I guess seeing as the second scored person at the freaking Ninja Academy when they did the little test, what was that, last episode, was Boruto and not freaking Metal Lee. He has a ways to go before he's any good. Like, he has basics and he has some combat skill, but other than that, doesn't seem like he's ready to be a ninja, you know. Then again, all these kids seem a little soft, except for that grown man in their class, but that's because, you know, it's grown. Yeah, but in the end, they used freaking, what you call it, shadow paralysis jutsu to catch him, and he ends up tripping out of it, which is weird again. Hits his head, and that's how they get rid of the purple mist thingamajig on him, which is really odd and stupid, but whatever. I'm letting it go because I'm just trying to enjoy this show for what it is and not really go too deep into what's going on, because I'm assuming they'll explain it soon enough. Also, none of this really matters because we've seen how the world is after he's out of the academy, you know. And then close to the end, we see Naruto. He comes home all tired and just goes straight to bed. He's a horrible father and husband. Oh man, but it's whatever. I didn't like him anyway. I like his son a lot better. So I think that's all we got for this episode. I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me what you thought about it. Peace out and have a great day.